Generative AI, AI agents, Agentic AI. Everyone's throwing these words around like they mean the same thing, but they don't. And if you can't tell them apart, you're going to get lost fast. So in the next 10 minutes, I'm going to give you one clean mental model, a blueprint that makes all three click into place. Think of it like a digital agency. There's a brain, there's a set of hands, and there's a system that runs the whole operation. Let's break it down. Here's the first thing to understand. These three terms are not competing technologies. They're an evolutionary stack, each one built on top of the last. A few months ago, generative AI was the future. Today, everyone's talking about agentic AI. But you cannot have an agent without a generative brain, and you cannot build an agentic system without agents. Picture three layers. At the center, the cognitive core, generative AI. Wrapped around it, the execution layer, AI agents. And surrounding all of it, the orchestration layer, agentic AI. One depends on the next. Keep that image in your head because everything else builds on it. Let's start at the center, the brain. Generative AI, powered by a large language model. You give it a prompt, and it gives you back content, text, images, code, and it's genuinely brilliant at this. But there are three things you need to know about it. First, it's fundamentally reactive. It sits there and waits for a human prompt. It never acts on its own. Second, it's sophisticated pattern matching, trained on massive internet data sets to predict the next word or the next pixel. And third, this is the key one, its job ends at the output. It can write you a perfect server deployment script, but it cannot connect to your server and actually run it. It creates, it doesn't do. And that reveals the real problem. A generative model on its own is a brain trapped in a closed box. It's confined by its training data, with no access to the live internet. So imagine you ask it, what's the price of a flight to New Delhi tomorrow? It simply can't answer. It hits a wall, a knowledge cutoff. Whatever date it was last trained on, that's where its world ends. It doesn't know today's news, today's prices, or today's events. To answer questions about the real, current world, and to actually take action in it, the brain needs something more. It needs tools. And that's exactly where AI agents come in. An agent takes that same brain and gives it hands. Suddenly, when you ask about that flight to New Delhi, the agent can reach past the knowledge cutoff, using tools like a web search API or a travel booking API, and fetch the live answer. Three things define an agent. One, it's equipped with tools, APIs, search access, and memory, like giving a brain hands and a screwdriver. Two, it takes action. It can actually book the flight or run the code, not just write about it. And three, it's task-focused, highly autonomous, but only within a narrow, specific assignment. It's powerful, but it stays in its lane. So here's the crucial distinction. An AI agent is not a new kind of model. It's a complete software system wrapped around an LLM, using something called tool calling to reach out and touch the real world. Let me give you the two simple equations. Generative AI is LLM plus a prompt equals content. You get an answer. That's it. But an AI agent is LLM plus APIs and tools plus memory equals action. See the difference? One produces words on a screen. The other produces a result in the real world. That shift from answering questions to completing tasks is the entire leap forward. Now let's zoom out to the top layer, Agentic AI. If a single agent is one skilled worker, Agentic AI is the manager running an entire team of them. Three things set it apart. First, it's goal-focused. You don't hand it a single task. You hand it an overarching objective, something like onboard this new employee. Second, it does multi-step reasoning. It takes that massive goal and breaks it down into smaller, manageable subtasks. And third, it's a full system architecture. Multiple specialized AI agents, each connected to their own databases and APIs, all communicating and collaborating to get the job done. It's not one worker anymore. It's a coordinated operation. And this is where the deepest change happens. A shift from lines to loops. Traditional AI runs in a straight line. Prompt goes in, output comes out, and it stops. Done. One and done. But an agentic system runs in a loop. It perceives its environment, it decides what to do next, using chain-of-thought reasoning, essentially talking to itself, thinking out loud. It executes the action, and then it learns from the result, and goes right back to perceiving, around and around. This means it can explore the problem, adapt when a step fails, and keep going, all with minimal human intervention. That loop is what makes it feel less like a tool and more like a colleague. Let me make this concrete with an analogy. Imagine these three technologies as members of a tech team. Generative AI is the consultant. It advises, it drafts documents, it answers your questions brilliantly, but it doesn't implement the solution. It just tells you what to do. The AI agent is the specialist engineer, highly skilled at executing one specific task, like a database admin or a customer support rep tracking packages. Give it a job, it gets it done. And Agentic AI is the project manager. It coordinates the whole team, breaks down the client's complex vision, assigns tasks to the specialists, and makes sure the final goal actually gets met. Consultant, specialist, manager. That's the team. So how does this actually play out? Let's take a real goal. Book a 7-day sunny vacation to New Delhi for under $1,600. Watch how an agentic system divides and conquers. It spins up 3 agents. Agent 1, the weather agent, checks a weather API for 7 consecutive sunny days. Agent 2, the flight agent, searches a travel API for prices under $1,600 based on the dates Agent 1 found. And Agent 3, the immigration agent, checks the user's own files for passport records to verify valid visa status before booking. One big goal split into 3 specialized jobs, all handled in coordination. That's the magic. Divide, delegate, and conquer. And these agents don't just work one after another. They collaborate in parallel. Here's a real content workflow. You feed in a YouTube URL. A transcription agent converts it to text. Then at the same time, 3 agents fire off in parallel. A title generator, a description writer, and a conclusion agent, each handling their piece simultaneously. Their outputs flow into a human approval checkpoint. That's you, the director, giving a thumbs up. And once approved, out comes a published blog post. Notice that checkpoint. The human stays in the loop, right where it matters most. Let's put the whole journey on a staircase. The evolution of AI complexity. Step 1, the ground floor. Generative AI answers questions. Ask it, what's the capital of France? And it tells you. Step 2, up a level. The AI agent completes tasks. Find me the cheapest flight to Paris. It goes and does it. And step 3, the top. Agentic AI achieves goals. Plan my entire Paris trip. Book the flights, check the weather, and build me a full itinerary. Each step up isn't just more power, it's more autonomy and more real-world impact. Answers to tasks to goals. Let me tie it all together in one clean matrix. Across the board, generative AI, AI agent, agentic AI, core function, generative creates, the agent acts, agentic orchestrates. Operating mode, reactive versus proactive versus continuous and looping. Autonomy level, low, it needs prompting, versus medium and task-bound, versus high, running over long horizons. Scope, content versus a task versus a whole goal. And the metaphor we've been using all along, the consultant, the specialist, and the manager. If you remember nothing else, screenshot this slide. This is the whole blueprint on one page. So where does that leave us, the humans? Right at the top. We are the directors of the digital agency. Here's the one line to take with you. Generative AI creates. Agentic AI decides. AI agents execute. And we direct. Notice all those human-in-the-loop checkpoints woven through the system? Strategic oversight, quality control, ethical review, goal definition. The technology gets more capable every single month, but the vision, the judgment, and the direction, that stays with us. We're not being replaced, we're being promoted. And now that you've got the blueprint, you're ready to start building. If this made things click, subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next one.